Welcome into my state of mind for Friday, May 1st. May Day, May Day. We made it. We got through April. You didn't think we could do it, did you? But we did. And it was easy. In fact, time flew by, didn't it? No, it did not. Deep breaths. At least we're supposed to have sunshine this weekend. And we'll just roll into spring, social distancing our way through it and keeping the fervent hope that things are going to get better sooner. Remdesivir was approved by the FDA as an emergency drug today, and so there's that. And the market went, yeah, we got excited about that earlier in the week. I'll take all the profits off the table. So where we began, we finished when it came to the markets, but at least they're somewhat sustained and somewhat balanced over the course of this debacle. There are now model projections that this could be 2 years that we're dealing with this situation or more. Well, that will be in some way, shape, or form. I think we're all going to find a way to be able to navigate through this thing come heck or high water with more therapies and more social distancing, all with an effort to get back to the kind of crowds and close contact that we have so taken for granted and so much enjoy. News from the national scene today: Joe Biden in a real jam. He just keeps saying it didn't happen, it didn't happen, it didn't happen. And it very well may not have happened. But the post the Kavanaugh situation that we dealt with, Joe Biden's got a lot of things he's going to have to do to crisis manage his way through the nomination with a sexual assault claim against him, mostly in the court of public opinion, which of course can be the most damaging court. He'll get the nomination. It's not like Donald Trump personally is going to do a lot about this because those who live in ultra glass houses have no stones to throw, but his agents will, and it'll be just a mess. Let me tell you this right here and now. I am thinking that post the actual nomination, if Joe Biden feels unsteady on his feet, you could see a Democratic recruitment of somebody like Andrew Cuomo, who continues to have high ratings in New York, who continues to offer profound thoughts each and every day, who has become, in a lot of ways, an answer to Donald Trump just on COVID-19, right? We shall see. And this will be fascinating if you're actually interested in the presidential race, which I believe people will very much be, given the experience that we are dealing with. But if you end up with an empty feeling, like Joe Biden just doesn't bring it, and you're like this over Donald Trump, oh, don't touch your face. Sorry. My bad. 5-yard penalty. But if if that situation comes down to we're talking about a couple of old men, both of whom don't know how to treat women, America might deserve a better choice. And you know what? Right now, with COVID-19, all bets are off. Here in Rhode Island, Governor Raimondo reminded us that the parks should be open next weekend, not this, but next weekend when phase one begins. There's still a lot of detail that she's going to have to offer on that. There's also the pilot businesses that may be open, some hairstylists and the like. But as I got a call from one hairstylist with a substantial business on the radio today on WPRO, weekdays 3 to 6, he said, I've got no specifications, no details, no documents, no protocols, no nothing. And they expect my business to be up in a week. So who she's actually choosing to be open come May 9th is still a complete mystery to him, to me, to we. And she's got a lot of uptime that she's going to have to make fast next week on this. And the garden centers, something I've been opining about here for the last few nights. I thought this thing was put to bed when the governor 2 weeks ago said, hey, come April 27th, you'll be able to shop at the garden centers. They are essential businesses in Massachusetts. Their greenhouses are allowed to be open. You can go in and buy plants and garden materials and all that kind of stuff in Massachusetts, but you can't do it here even still. The governor amended order on that. And we thought it was all satisfactory. But what we found out is that the amendment to the amendment to the amendment didn't allow for greenhouses to actually have people walk in them. You have to kind of shop from outside, which is a real pleasure, right? Can I see the sixth potted plant that I want to pick? Could you get me another one? Could you go inside and grab it for me? It's just, so in her nonchalant fashion on this matter, she said, stay tuned, we may have some more changes on that come Monday. As the farmers all say, what happened here? And this is why Gina Raimondo, amidst good leadership on the health issues, no doubt about that, which have been her primary concern and should have been, is really, really, really not getting it done on the business stuff and the regulatory stuff. She needs to spread this thing out. I'm telling you, every night she needs to spread this thing out and bring some cohort leadership to the table that is accountable directly on projects like small business. I'd recommend the lieutenant governor, who's duly elected and has been working on this stuff every single day. She reportedly has never had a conversation with him since COVID-19 began, as a story here, which for me is just bordering on gubernatorial malpractice. And I don't know why she's burying herself in this. 80% favorability ratings don't hang around a long time if after everything's kind of borne out, you realize there were a bunch of Swiss cheese holes in your leadership plan. Again, well on the disease. But come on, man. Come on. All right. I think that's what we've got. I know there was one more note that I had for myself here today. Oh, you know what was really interesting? Speaking of Andrew Cuomo, he talked today in his presentation about his daughter, 22 years of age, who said to him, Dad, this is the longest time I think I'll ever spend with you for the rest of my life. And it kind of stunned him. And I thought to myself, I got the same situation. I got a 25-year-old daughter who's here at home, who's ready to get out in the working world and is stuck here right now. And if all things turn out okay, she'll be out there and leaving me and probably never, ever get to spend the amount of time that we've spent so far. It's something to remember while you're feeling suffocated about what's going on. There are times to remember, as Billy Joel would write, there are times to remember. And if you can live them while they're happening and value them while they're happening, it'll make the time pass maybe all too quick in a way. Enjoy your May. Enjoy your weekend. Do not touch your face like I just did. Wash your hands and be kind to each other. And remember all those that are really suffering. They can never leave our thoughts and prayers. Not a cliche. Good night.